up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm out here in the Adirondacks again. Today's hike is going to be awesome because I'm going to be becoming a 46er today. Finishing on Skylight. I'm going to be doing Gray, Skylight, and Marcy. Going up and over Marcy because I haven't seen the summit views. I was socked in when I did the Great Range Traverse, so hopefully it holds out today. So far it's looking good. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to go up the Van Hoe and cut over to Lake Arnold Trail from there at Indian Falls because I haven't done that section of trail yet. Go up the Mount Marcy Trail, Summit Gray, then Skylight, and then Marcy, and then down the Van Hovenberg Trail. So yeah, stick around. This is going to be an incredible day. There's a beautiful look at the new slide up there. All right, so after the trail registry at Marcy Dam, it's a nice gradual ascent up to the junction at Indian Falls. It's going to be about 2.4 miles. And then I'll cut over to the Lake Arnold Trail from there. This trail is really nice. Like I said, a gradual ascent, so it's certainly a trail you can cruise. But here's the Phelps Brook. I'll be crossing over this shortly. All right. This is where the trail crosses Phelps Brook. Indian Falls. That's the next junction that I will be turning on. Nice quick visit to Indian Falls here before I cut over to Lake Arnold. Oh, such a beautiful view here. Alright, here's the Lake Arnold Junction. 1.2 to Lake Arnold. Alright, so far this cutover trail for Lake Arnold, from Van Hoe to Lake Arnold from Indian Falls, is really nice. Really mellow so far, so that's great. Yeah, nothing really else to say about it. Definitely think it's less traveled. Most people usually just go from the Lake Arnold Junction where you typically go up through Avalanche Pass, but I've never done this section of trail before, so figured I'd do it, seeing as I did Lake Arnold Trail 3 times now. So yeah, not bad so far. Alright, this is it. Reached the junction for Lake Arnold Trail. It's about 0.5 up to Lake Arnold itself from here. And then about a mile to the opalescent crossing. 0.3 after that is the floating logs. But yeah, made good time over here. Easy trail, no mud. So heading up Lake Arnold Trail now. Never noticed this before. Pretty neat. Here's the junction for Colden and Lake Arnold. Alright, so it's about 1 mile to the opalescent crossing. Man, it's just so great out here right now. The conditions are so perfect. And this is my first time being on this section of the trail, Lake Arnold Trail, without snow on the ground, so it's nice to see what it looks like. Lots of boulders, log bridges here and there, and some mud here and there too, but I know the worst of it is to come down at the floating logs, but there is a workaround, thankfully, which I intend on using. This section of trail has been beautiful. Getting some nice views over here. Starting to open up a little bit. It's been nice so far. I mean, I haven't hiked this trail with no snow on it before, so it's really nice to see how it looks without all the snow. It's pretty pleasant so far. I just love the smell of all the pine. But there's a lot of elevation down to the opalescent and floating logs where it flattens out for a bit. All right, this looks like, yep, this is definitely it. This is where the slide came down. So obviously the trail went through there. This is pretty small in comparison to the other ones, but there's the southeast slide up there for Colden. But like I was saying, this is small compared to the other ones on the Avalanche Pass side, but still pretty significant. Like I said, I don't know that they're even going to clear this. They may just redirect or they did redirect the trail, and they may just make this the regular route. I don't know, but yeah, easy enough to follow. Seems like a nice workaround so far. Yeah, so that workaround was very short, so I'm sure that'll just become the normal trail. It seems like more work than it's worth to clear out the old trail because it was just such a short section. Maybe 100 feet. 150 feet of trail, but yeah, back on the main trail, making good time. Very cruisy so far. I think I'm almost at the bottom of the elevation loss, approaching the opalescent crossing soon. All right, here's the opalescent crossing. Very shallow right now. I'm actually gonna stop and refill my water and then continue on. Well, I was coming along this log right here, looking ahead rather than down, and I just fell right into that mud. So, nice and caked on there. Oh, that's funny. All right, I'm gonna come over here. All right. Whoa. Here it is. The infamous nasty floating log section. But I'm skirt around the side here. It looks like to get across. Yep. Not too much further to go until Feldspar, but yeah, I just went almost knee deep in a little section back there. Wasn't paying attention, looking straight ahead rather than down, and yeah, that kind of sucked. But yeah, I'm gonna find a workaround and get over to that side right there. All right. I have no desire to try my luck on those logs. Apparently this is at least waist deep, if not chest deep sometimes, so there's pretty much a herd path over here that skirts around it. I just gotta find the best route here. There we go. The other side. This stuff is deep. Beautiful look there at Cold and Southeast Slides. All right, onwards and upward. Time to carry on to Feldspar, which is only 0.3 from here. Lots of bog bridges. Very peaceful. There's a look at Cliff up ahead. Cliff Mountain. All right, here's the bridge to Feldspar lean-to. All right, here's the next junction. 1.2 up to Lake Tier. So here we go. This is all new trail for me. It's going to be a decent amount of elevation gain, pretty consistent all the way up to Lake Tier of the Clouds, and then it's a short trip up Gray with like 600 feet of elevation, I believe. So yeah, here we go. This is a pretty decent climb so far. I want to say it's like 1,200 feet of gain in the 1.2. And like I said, it's pretty consistent the whole way up. But not bad so far. Pretty comparable to the Lake Arnold Trail. All right, getting close to the top here. Trail's starting to mellow out now. It's been a very consistent climb up. Definitely work for it. Doesn't really let up until the top, so. Oh, getting there. All All right, nearly at Lake Tier of the Clouds for the turnoff for gray. I can see it on my left. Getting very, very close now. Gray is right there behind the trees. All right, here it is. Lake Tier of the Clouds. I'll get a better view up there when I come back down, but here we go. This is the turn off for gray. Let's go. I've heard it's steep, but short. Let's see what we got. Something's coming over. Can't see it. Oh well. All right, here we go. Short and steep. All right. Got a nice little rock climb here. Oh. Not too bad. All right, just after that rock climb, summit's right there. This is like 0.45 to the top, so it's pretty painless. Yeah, here we go. Down this nice ladder. Not too bad. All right. It's like a boulder field through here. Oh, hit my head. Oh, there's a nice little rock cliff over there. All right. So when you get up to this rock wall right here, you can skate up this way, but go up this way. That's the way you got to go. To the right. It's not much after the ladder section, so. Getting some nice views. Cliff and Redfield back there. Very nice. Alright. Another rock wall here. You can go up here to the right again. Or you can go up that way. Whatever way you want to go. All right, getting close to the top here. Here's a little cliff we just came up. And there is Skylight. The finish is just ahead. Look up towards Marcy too. After I do Skylight, I'm gonna head up that way. But yeah, here we go. The finish is just in reach. There it is, high peak number 45, Gray Peak. Yes. All right. Man, this was a steep climb. I'm not gonna lie, this was a steep climb. Wicked calf burner. There's a nice view over here on a rock. I'm gonna go over there and get a 360 of the area, but there's also a sweet view here of Colden. Beautiful. So there's Skylight back there. I'll get a better view on the rock over there. Marcy. Beautiful views here, incredible. We've got tabletop right there, Phelps to the left of it. In the back, we got Big Slide, Cascade and Porter, Whiteface, way out in the distance there. And then an impressive look at Colden here. Then it's northeast slide, or southeast slides rather. And then the newer slide right down there. Nice view of the McIntyre Range in the back there. And then we got the Sewards and the Santanonis way off in the distance. Incredible. This is such a beautiful spot. There's Allen, Redfield, and then Cliff is over there behind the trees. And we got the Wrist Range straight back there. All right, here's the incredible summit view for Gray. Nice and beautiful. All right, so again, we got Cliff back there, Redfield right here in the foreground, Allen back there, Skylight, there's the finish. There's Lake Tier of the Clouds. I gotta go all the way back down there to Four Corners, which is just over there between Marcy and Skylight. Head up Skylight, back down, and then up Marcy. There's a few people up there right now, but yeah, here we go. I'm gonna head down and up Skylight for the finish. All right, back here at the Lake Tier of the Clouds. Got a cool emblem on this rock here. Nice view of Marcy. Absolutely beautiful spot. So peaceful. This is the highest source of the Hudson River. Another cool fact, back in 1901, Vice President Teddy Roosevelt was hiking down from Mount Marcy when a ranger came up the trail, met him here at Lake Tier of the Clouds to inform him that the President McKinley, who was shot 2 weeks earlier, had taken a turn for the worse. So Vice President Teddy Roosevelt hiked down the trail towards the Upper Works to the Tahawas Club, where he took a stagecoach ride. And then eventually he made his way to Buffalo, where he found out that the president had died, and he was sworn in to be the 26th president of the United States. So pretty cool spot. A lot of history here. Well, time to go for Skylight. All right, here we got our Four Corners. All right, we got a half mile up to Skylight over this way. It's about 600 feet of gain. And then I'm gonna come back and go up Marcy. Here we go. Here we go. 2 years, 4 months, and 10 days after starting on the Santanoni Range. The final climb to become a 46er. Skylight Mountain. Panther Peak, Adirondack, high peak, number 1. There it is. Cutover Peak, Adirondack high peak, number 2. So yeah, that's Adirondack high peak, number 3. Here it is. Summit marker right here, Mount Colvin. All right, I am here. Summit of Lake, 954. Number 6 for my high peaks. Man, this mountain was incredible. Good mountain. This is number 7. Summit of Donaldson Mountain. Some of the Mount Emmons. South Dix. Over October Huff. And this is number 13. But that's number 14. Saddleback Mountain. Some of the Upper Wolf Jaw. High Peak, number 21. Lower Wolf Jaw. High Peak, number 22. Alright, just some of the Cutover. High Peak, number 24. Rocky Peak Ridge. High Peak, number 25. Beautiful bright summit sign, 9 awesome. Here it is, Street Mountain, High Peak number 28. Beautiful. Redfield, High Peak number 30. Cliff Mountain, High Peak number 31, and Winter High Peak number 5. Alright, here it is, Summit of Beautiful, High Peak number 33. Alright, just some of the right peak. Some of the Esther. That was it, Phelps Mountain, High Peak number 38. I got 8 more peaks to go. Wow. This is absolutely amazing. Nipple Top, High Peak number 40. High Peak number 41. Dial. Alright, here it is, Summit of Colden. High Peak number 42. I completely missed this part on the way up. There it is, High Peak number 45. Gray Peak. Above tree line now. Almost there. Here it is. Skylight. High Peak number 46. That is it. It's 1 p.m. and I just became a 46er. Wow. What an incredible peak to end on. Absolutely beautiful to be able to see where I started, the Santanoni Range. All right, I'm gonna spin this around. All right, it's getting a little windy right now, but here we go. We got Allen right there. Well, I'll start here. We got the Wrist Range. There's Redfield, cliff down there. Way in the back there behind the clouds, that's the Santanoni Range. Like I said, it's pretty awesome to be able to see where I started, even though it's in the clouds. We got the Sewards way in the back there behind Marshall. Marshall here in the foreground. The rest of the McIntyre Range, cold in there. Absolutely beautiful. We got Gray right there, just on the summit. Marcy, where I'm heading next. Got the entire Dix Range right here. Haystack, Little Haystack, Basin, Saddleback, and then Gothics is just behind. Or no, sorry, Basin is right here. You can't see Saddleback. That's Gothics. And that is a pyramid right there. Absolutely incredible views here. This was the perfect peak to end on, for sure. All right, making my way back down to Four Corners. Gonna head up the backside of Marcy. Really hoping that the weather holds out. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get lucky. Last time I did it, I was socked in, and who knows? It might happen again, but oh well. Still gonna do the loop. All right, 13 minutes later, back down to Four Corners. Now it's time to head up Marcy. Here we go. There it is. Getting there, getting close to the cobble. Beautiful view here. Making good progress. Incredible view here of Haystack. Dick's Range back there. Man, what a drop off. Whew. There's Skylight, a couple people up there. Beautiful. All right, here we go. Coming up out of tree line. Oh, beautiful. The views just don't get old. Man, this is a calf burner. Got a beautiful view down here of Lake Tier of the Clouds. Looks incredible from up here. And then gray, just over there. Making good progress. This is wild. I feel like it never ends. This is sweet though. The clouds rolling over the summit. I hope it clears up when I get to the top. We'll see. All right, that's it. Officially a 46er. Feels really good to say that. Finish on Skylight. Couldn't ask for a better summit to finish on. Great views. Luckily I beat the weather, as you can see. Not so lucky on Marcy. Again, for the second time. Maybe the third time I'll get it. I still have to come up here for winter credit, so who knows, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out, but yeah, that's it. Marcy, Skylight, Gray, Adirondack 46er. What's next? I'm definitely gonna come back for the winter round. Gotta finish that up. Hopefully this winter, who knows, that's being a little ambitious, I think, but I'm gonna try for it. Until then, I want to start the whites. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do those first. I do want to come out and do McNaughton for the unofficial 47th high peak here. I still want to do a couple of the Northeast Ultra 8. I got to do the Taconic Crest Trail still. That's been taunting me for a little while, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Stick around, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys out here. I will be at the top, can't keep me down. A new man, a new me. Better watch out, you ain't never seen a beast. I don't always have control.